time for Nerdgasm.
Hey, what's up guys? Jerry here, aka Barnacules. Now you guys may have noticed I have not released a video in what probably seems like an eternity to you guys, but here in real life it's only been about 12 or 13 days.
I think.
But I figured it was time for me to do an update vlog and get sat back down in front of the camera and start grinding the gears again and explain to you guys everything that's been going on. The honest truth is, I didn't expect to go 12 days without making videos. I have a lot of videos that are actually just kind of stuck in purgatory, and I'll tell you guys why they haven't been released because of some holdups and stuff going on with things in the Nerd Cave. And I also want to update you guys on the Movember situation with the charity. I want to talk to you guys about a music video that I'm appearing in with Chris Cruz, who is a radio DJ, and it's a hilarious video. It's a parody. It's a lot like the Lonely Island stuff. Think of it that way, but I had a lot of fun with that. We're going to tease that a little bit. I'm going to talk about some of the new shirts that I created that I put in shop.barnerd.com to help support the channel moving forward, and some of the other happenings that are going on. So sit tight. This might be a long one. All right, guys, so the first thing I want to talk about is the Movember Charity. We had the most successful month ever in the history of Barnacules Nerdgasm. Now this year I didn't form my own team. I just created a Barnacules Nerdgasm page and I joined my buddies team, Jeff and Mike. They're actually Rally Car 114. They drive a GC8 Subaru rally car and a bunch of the local rally events and stuff around here. They're really, really cool guys. Absolutely love them like brothers. So I figured this year I was going to join up on their team, and it was the right decision to make because as a team we raised over $4,000 for Movember. And just us, guys, just Barnacules Nerdgasm alone raised over 3,000 of that, which ranked me at, I think, number 8th overall in Washington State, or maybe it was just Seattle. I don't know. I'll have to go back and look at the stats again. But at any rate, I was truly humbled to be able to help the Movember Charity that much, and with all your guys' support, it was absolutely possible. And I got to attend a really cool gala party that they held in Bellevue, Washington, at this place called Tavern Hall, and they had some of the Seahawks, Seagulls there, and they had a bunch of people with epic mustaches, and I had like raging pedo stash. I don't grow a good mustache, guys, but you know what? I walk around the entire month looking like I should be driving a white van that says free candy on the side just to support this charity because that's how much I care about it. Now, shifting gears, no pun intended, there's actually a rallycross event being held in a week or so up at Dirtfish Rally School in Snoqualmie, Washington. And I was curious if you guys would be interested in seeing a video of me entering my street car into that. I've never actually taken my my 2005 white STI out and rallycrossed it before, like in the dirt. But I now have a skid plate on the front of the car. I have a skid plate under the rear diff. It's raised up. It's on coilovers. I think you can handle it. So if that's something you guys would be interested in seeing a video on, let me know and I'll go ahead and sign up and enroll into the event and hopefully not destroy my car. Now you guys may have noticed that things behind me have changed just a little bit. There's something different. What could it be? Well, I got a huge story to tell you guys that's actually still doesn't even have an ending. But it's incredibly random. It's incredibly a pain in the ass, but the end results are badass. Now, sitting behind me right here are 3 50. We're talking 50-inch 4K panels, 3 of them. Samsung JU 7000 panels. I actually purchased these guys from Video Only in Bellevue. Unfortunately, Samsung did not provide the displays, but I don't care. They're badass. I'm glad that I got them. But this was not supposed to happen. I was supposed to get smaller screens. I was supposed to free up more desk space. That was the plan. But it went horribly, horribly wrong. Oh, and you probably even notice up there, that's an LG, I think it's a 34 UM65. God, I know I'm just butchering this. But anyways, that's the 1080p by 2K side-by-side LG ultra-wide panel up above, which actually has a better DPI ratio with the giant 4K screens than my old 4K 28-inch versus giant 46-inch 1080p screens. So they all mesh together well. If you guys read my blog over at barnacules.wordpress.com, you probably already know this very, very lengthy story because I typed it out. But now you're going to get it right from my own mouth. So what happened was I decided it was time to update my displays. The 1080p 46-inch Samsung 6 series TVs that I was using, they were definitely showing their age. They were definitely dated. Last time Jay was up here, he was sitting in front of my set, and that's Jay's 2 cents for you guys that don't know, is sitting in front of my screens going, oh my god, dude, your pixels are as big as Legos. And I made fun of his car for having an automatic transmission. But anyways, I digress. It made me realize that it was time to get a couple more pixels up on the old screen here. So that's what got the ball moving. And then I decided that I was going to rebuild the whole nerd cave around the new displays and do a new room tour for you guys. And all this manifested itself shortly before Thanksgiving. So what I did was I went and watched Wendell's video from Tech Syndicate on the microboard 40-inch Korean screens. And he had really good luck with them. He ordered a ton of them. Actually, a ton of people in the forum even ordered them. So I was fairly confident that I was going to get some good screens. So they were out of stock on them, so it took a long time for them to get here. It was like 2 weeks in transit. Well, from the time that they had to get them to getting them to me from Korea. They finally arrived. They sat around here for about a week before I could tear the whole nerd cave apart because I needed help from my friend Greg, who came over and helped me demolish the whole nerd cave. And I'll be honest, what you see in the bounds of this camera right here is the only clean part of the room. The rest is literally, you have to be a registered climber to get over this stuff. It's crazy. But he finally helped me demo the whole nerd cave, tear it all down. We unboxed the 40-inch screens, threw them up here on the desk. They looked absolutely beautiful. Wendell was right. The microboard screens actually do have a very industrial design, and they're very, very heavy. And so I stick them up on the desk. I fire them up, and immediately notice that a block of pixels is dead on one of the screens. A backlight cluster is dead on the second screen, and the third screen has crazy light bleed issues, like even worse than what Wendell showed in his video. And I was like, these are garbage. They're absolute garbage. And I felt horrible about it because Wendell's review was incredibly accurate if you get a good panel. And what really sucks about this is I contacted the microboard people and said, hey, YouTube tech reviewer here, you guys think you could check those panels out before sending them to me just so we don't have to do this back and forth thing? And they basically said, yeah, they would do what they could. They couldn't make any guarantees, but they said they would do the best that they could to make sure there was no dead pixels. So to me, that implied they would take them out of the box and at least plug them in and try them. Well, as luck would have it, they sent me 3 horrendous screens. I looked at these things and I was just like, oh my God. So now we have a situation. I need to return 3 screens to Korea, which these things are not trivial to box and unbox. You have to I had to put the legs on them to begin with to set them up, then take all the legs apart, put them all back in the box, figure out how to fit everything together like a Changa board, and seal them up so that I could get them mailed out. And then I had no screens because I had already given my center screen, my 46-inch center screen, to my friend Greg to replace one of his screens that blew out in his setup because he bought the exact same screens as me years ago. They're not in production anymore. But anyways, long story short, Greg needed a screen. I kicked him one for helping me with the nerd cave here. So I couldn't put my old screens back. So I was kind of screwed. I was like, I don't have a computer now. So the next day I scramble over to Costco and start looking at screens, and I find this Vizio I think it was a 42-inch screen, or 42 or 43. I think it was a 43-inch Vizio screen. I looked up the specs on it. Everything looked good. It looked like it would work for my application. I was going to buy those, but then I was walking by and I saw 50-inch screens, and I was like, huh. Well, I tried to go smaller with the 40-inch screens, but what would happen if I went the other direction? So it didn't take much convincing for me to talk myself into doing an even bigger, more ridiculous setup than before, which was totally not the plan. It was a spur-of-the-moment decision. Anyways, I brought home the Vizio screens. I plugged them in. I couldn't get any of them to go past 1080p. And it was because all my HDMI cables are crap. I've never tried to get 4K over HDMI before. So, long story short, I run over to Video Only in Bellevue. I buy a bunch of HDMI cables that can handle 18 gigabit per second, drag them home, plug them in, and now I've got 4K on all the screens. It looks absolutely beautiful, but the frame rate is horrible. And I go look in the settings, and sure enough, it's 30 hertz, so 30 frames per second is all I'm getting with these panels. So I finally figure out how to bump them up to 60 frames per second, but it changes the chroma, the way that the color is displayed on the screen, from 4x4x4, which is basically pixel for pixel accurate, to this 4x0x0 garbage. I mean, it looked like I think it was 4x2x0 actually. But anyways, it looked like absolute garbage. You couldn't even read the text. It was straining your eyes. There was a blue cast on everything. It was annoying. So after doing a little bit more research, which I should have done before purchasing the screens in the first place, I realized that there's very few screens that can actually do 60 hertz over HDMI with a 4x4x4 chroma or color format is another word that they use to describe it. So anyways, back to the drawing board. I have to box up all those screens, take them all back to Costco. Actually, I take that back. I only unboxed one of the screens and luckily tested it. So the other two were sealed. But I had to box them all up, throw them back in the car. And these are big screens. These are big, heavy screens that I'm moving upstairs, downstairs, in my truck. I'm blowing my back out. I take them back to Costco the next day, drop them off, and then I head over to video only because Costco didn't have any of the screens that were capable of the 4x4x4 chroma at the 60 hertz. So I go to this video only place. They have a ton of screens in stock. Their guy there is super helpful, and another guy there was also very, very helpful. And I even took Graham from Volair Media, and he even helped me. He was looking up screen stats on all these websites, and we finally found it. We found a Samsung 50-inch screen, the JU7000, that was registered without a doubt to support 60 hertz at 4x4x4 chroma over HDMI, and it had an incredibly low refresh rate for a panel this size, which was about 25 or 26 milliseconds, which you guys are like, oh my god, 25, 26 milliseconds, that's horrible. Guys, these are not gaming screens. Unless you're a console gamer, then they're gamer screens all day long. But these are not gamer screens. That's not why I got them. And to be honest, 25 milliseconds isn't even noticeable to me because most online games that I play have 60 to 80 milliseconds of lag just from the network connection. I'm not saying it's a good thing. I'm not trying to justify it. I'm just saying if you are a gamer and you care about that, you know, tiny little 1/100th of a second delay. Actually, it's more like 23 100ths of a second, but or 26 100ths. I don't know math. I give up. But anyways, these screens are not for hardcore tournament gaming, but I still very much enjoy gaming on them. I played Battlefront at 4K, and it was absolutely beautiful. And I noticed a little bit of input lag, but when I dropped it down to 1440p, it went away. So I know it's not the panel. It has more to do with the game itself. So now, after a lot of futzing around, I have all three of the screens on my desk. My desk is 10 foot long by about 3.5 feet deep. And literally, the screens go absolutely to the corners, to the back of the desk. I could not fit a screen that was another inch larger on this desk. So, and I took some measurements before buying the screen to make sure that it would fit, but it was a lot tighter fit than I was expecting. And when I put them up on the desk, I realized I had a problem. Where am I going to put the speakers? These screens are so much bigger than my previous 46-inch that I have no place to put speakers. So I had to literally tear the feet off my Logitech speakers so they'd be low enough profile to sit under the display and sideways. And then I got rid of my surround sound system. But I'll talk about all that stuff when I do the actual room tour. But I just wanted to let you guys know that it literally consumed about 2 weeks of my time dealing with going back, getting monitors, bringing monitors in, setting them up, boxing them back up, taking them out, mailing monitors back to Korea, taking monitors back to Costco. All these things cost me a lot of time. And then the room being torn apart, I literally lost everything. I didn't do a good job tearing the room apart, so every single little AC adapter and every single cable that I'm looking for it's seriously like playing a puzzle, trying to get it all back together. So the Nerd Cave hasn't been fully assembled, and I hope that at this point it would already be all completed, and it's not. I still got at least another week's worth of work in here to get everything that I wanted, and I'll probably even have to call in a friend to help me again. So now that we got the giant screens out of the way, and I am absolutely thrilled with them, guys, 4K on 50-inch is perfect. It's absolutely perfect. The pixel density for the distance that I sit away from the screens couldn't be any better. I use 100% scaling in Windows 10, and everything looks perfect. I can read all the text razor sharp. I can put 4 windows on the screen. It's like having 4 1080p windows. And best I can tell you guys is it's amazing. You have to try it. It is absolutely amazing. So another video that I had on deck that I was going to do is the 3D printing video with the scissor lift. And I'm still going to do that video, but unfortunately, I lost some of the time-lapse footage and I have to try to recover it. And then the the makerspace downstairs is completely destroyed and filled with boxes from just all kinds of crap coming in too fast. And I just got really disorganized really quick. So it's actually hard to even move around my house right now.
First world problems.
But I am really happy with how everything is developing with the Nerd Cave, and I think you guys are going to love the new tour. I actually have one of the old 46-inch screens right off to the side where the old station used to be, where I'm going to hook up the studio monitors. I'm going to have the Xbox One over there and some other console stuff. And I haven't decided. I might even put some retro gaming stuff. And then I'm going to bring some of the 3D printers back up to the Nerd Cave, some of the Ultimaker units, and have them running in the back of the room so that I can still do 3D printing in the Nerd Cave and in the makerspace downstairs. It's going to be awesome. All right, the next thing that I want to talk about is the music video that I'm going to appear in. I was actually contacted by Chris Cruz, and he's actually a DJ for a local radio station, and he had an idea for a song called Do the Poo. Yeah, like poop nap poo. So he reached out to me and asked if I would actually be interested in being in the video along with a bunch of other people. And so I grabbed up my buddy Zachariah, the guy that's helped me with several videos, including assembling the X-Carve, if you guys haven't seen that yet. And we went to this thing and had a blast. We went down to the radio station, shot this entire video, and it's going to be released, I believe, this Friday. So we only got 2 days before it debuts, and you guys will see it. But I honestly think this video is going to go viral. It is absolutely hilarious. It's got that Lonely Island kind of vibe to it. It's a parody song. The editing on it is absolutely fantastic. You guys are going to love it. I guarantee you're going to love it. And if you don't love it, well then my guarantee wasn't any good. Now, another catastrophe that I had to deal with, and I still am dealing with right now, is that Fullscreen, my MCN, or was my MCN, and for MCN, that's basically, they're my network in YouTube. They're the people that put ads on my videos and pay me money for that so that I can actually survive and I don't have to go back to a day job and I can just keep making these videos for you guys. Yeah, those guys. Well, anyways, my contract came up to its expiration in late November. And they contacted me, and even though my channel had grown by twice the size, had twice the stats, was doing absolutely fantastic, they still wanted to stick with their same deal, and I can't throw the numbers out there, unfortunately, due to NDA and stuff like that. But long story short, we couldn't come to an agreement. They basically wanted the same percentage that they were getting before, even though I was taking in a lot more and I wasn't using any of their services. So I decided it was time to part ways with them. They cut the contract a day or two early, without notifying me, and so all of my videos lost their monetization for those 2 days, because as soon as you leave a network, you have to go back and remonetize all your videos in that network. It's something that happens. Anytime you switch networks, they never tell you about this because it's a very stressful thing, but all your stuff gets turned off, which means for 2 days, none of my videos were monetized, and I lost all that revenue for 2 days. Now, when you think about this, like this is my full-time job, you might not think, oh, 2 days isn't a big deal. Well, it kind of is in my case, because this is my full-time job and this is my paycheck. It's like you go into work for 2 days, and then you come home and they're like, we're not going to pay you for those other 2 days because there was a bug in the system. But it gets even worse than that, guys. Still today, I'm not reporting any revenue in the dashboard. I don't know if I've made money in the last 7 days. And it's actually quite stressful because, like I said, guys, this is my job. I know a lot of you guys find that really hard to believe and you think that this is just a hobby. But no, this is my career now after leaving Microsoft. I do YouTube full-time. This is what I do. So I reported the problem to YouTube, and they came back and said, don't worry about it. Sometimes revenue doesn't report for a couple of days. And so after 7 days, I contacted back. I was like, guys, something is wrong. They finally went and investigated and found out, oh yeah, there's a problem. They couldn't give me much details on it, but they said, yeah, basically no revenue was being reported from the exact day that Fullscreen dropped me forward. And it's not just me, it's actually a ton of other people having the problem. So I'm still waiting for YouTube to solve that problem, and it's entirely possible that I'm not going to get paid for an entire week of revenue, which if you think about it, November and December are the highest, kind of like the highest times for advertisement and stuff like that. So that's where most YouTubers make most of their money, and you average it out over the year because some months are actually really dead, like January, where you don't hardly make anything. So not to dig too much into the metrics, but I'm trying to let you guys know that how this works. I mean, this is a job. This is something that started as a hobby and evolved into a job. And the money that I make from doing this, I use to support my family. I use it to pay into my retirement fund, my 401k, so that at one point in my life, I can actually retire, hopefully before I die.
Don't worry, guys, I'm not dying. At least I don't think I am.
But I am taking another path in my life to try to fix myself a little bit more. So what I'm doing now is I'm trying to diversify a little bit more and find other ways to actually make revenue so that I can pay into my 401k, I can pay my taxes, I can pay for my medical insurance, which is stupid expensive for the insurance that covers everything that my son needs because he's special needs with PDD-NOS. It's a form of autism. You can go look it up. And so I decided that it was time to make a couple new shirts for the store, and this is one of them. This is the Windows We're Watching shirt, the Windows 10 We're Watching shirt. And I got this one made up. I also got another one made up that says iBuggy to commemorate all of the bugs that I've encountered on the latest iOSs. Since Steve Jobs has passed away, it seems like Apple has really phoned it in and they're slowly becoming Android. And then, of course, I created the Shut Up and Take Me shirt, which has got a picture of George Washington on it. It's like, shut up and take my money. which I actually thought was kind of funny, and I wanted to make it. These shirts, guys, are actually really, really expensive to produce. I don't go through like Teespring or what is it, Red Tees, or there's a lot of these shirt companies that you basically just upload a design, they slap it on a shirt with plasticine ink or whatever, and it's like plastic literally on the shirt, and they mail out to somebody, and then you sell a shirt and you might make a couple of bucks. I went a different route. In my store, I actually go through Vermont Green Printing, and I have them actually do a bulk run on very, very soft shirts. I even have some tri-blend shirts too. But they're very, very soft shirts, and the ink that they use is a water-based ink that when you wash it, you can't even feel it on the shirt. It completely blends in with the fabric. It doesn't crack. It doesn't fade. So it's good quality, but of course it comes at a premium, so it costs me quite a bit to add each one of these shirts to the store. And whenever you guys go out and buy one of these shirts from the store, you're actually helping to support the channel, and you're helping me out a lot. And that's shop.barnerd.com. I'm also going to have one other thing up there in about a week. Check this out. These are my little 3D printed Barnacules faces. Now, I actually 3D printed these on my Ultimaker in my garage, and it took me forever. If you guys follow my Instagram feed, you know that I actually printed these a long time ago. Then I hand signed and numbered each one of them on the back. So each one has my signature and an original number, and about broke my wrist signing that many things. And I even colored in some of them with a Sharpie on the raised edge, and that again took forever to take a little Sharpie and color each one of these. And then I did a limited run. I think I only got about 12 of these. These are printed in copper, so they're actually a little bit shiny, and you can polish them up. But again, they're all signed and numbered, and I'll have them up on the store hopefully by next week if you guys are interested. But I figured it would be cool to actually have some 3D printed items up on the shop, and not stuff that I'm like printing through Shapeways or have another company printing that I can put up on my store. These are actually printed in my makerspace by me on my 3D printers and hand finished by me. Because I thought that that might actually mean something to you guys, to actually have something that you know, I put my hands on. It's not something that was just created by somebody else. And also all of my shirts, obviously I don't print them because I don't have a silk screening machine. I don't have the knowledge to actually do a good job like Vermont Green Printing does. But this guy right here is my design. I created all these designs and all of the graphics that go on the t-shirt, which is probably why they're not as awesome as they could be. But again, I created them, and that makes me happy, and I hope that makes you guys happy too when you're supporting the channel. Now, for you guys that are watching this vlog and you're still paying attention, I'm actually going to create a coupon code on shop.barnerd.com to buy any of these shirts, and I'll take $2 off your order. And all you have to use is Barnavlog is the coupon code. Just enter that at checkout, and it'll take $2 off your order. And even with the $2 taken off, you guys are still helping me out. Every time that I sell one of these shirts, I'm one step closer to actually paying off the store, and then hopefully once the store's paid off, I'll actually start making some kind of money that I can actually put to good use. Also, if you guys are doing any kind of holiday shopping, you can actually shop at Amazon using my affiliate link, and that also helps support the channel. So there's a lot of ways that you guys can support the channel without directly sending me money. I mean, just wearing my shirts around. I mean, if you guys get one of these shirts and you wear it, please send me a picture of it. I want to make a collage of all these pictures. I also want to do a future video where I take a bunch of these pictures and actually put them into the video to show people doing all kinds of funny things and funny situations with my shirts and some of the merch from the store. And I think that that would be really, really cool. And if you guys could help contribute to that, oh my God, that would be awesome. So if you guys are interested in helping me move forward, just check the links down in the video description. I will have everything down there that you need as far as the Amazon affiliate links to this. I'll even put the coupon code down in there just in case you guys forget by the end of the vlog. But I really appreciate all of the help that you guys have given me. Since I left Microsoft, I was really apprehensive about doing this YouTube thing full time. And with your guys' support, I've actually completely turned around on that. And even though there are stressful moments, I still struggle with depression a lot of the time. But for the most part, you guys have shown me that it is possible to do what I love and share my experiences with you guys, and at the same time be able to support my family and move forward in a positive direction. I am eternally grateful for that. The number of haters out there are infinitesimally small compared to all of the supporters that I have. And that's what makes me keep moving forward, guys. That's honestly why I wake up and I keep trying to do this job. And it's funny because some days it can be a job, just like anything else. Anytime that you have to make money from something to support it, it becomes a job. I mean, period. But you do what you can to mitigate that with the passions that you have for the things that you're doing to carry out that job. Like, for instance, the makerspace. I really want to work on the makerspace. I want to do so many more 3D printing videos because that's something where I'm highly passionate. But I keep hitting some blocking issues in that space and everything, and I need to get things running smoother in that area so that I can produce more content. I also want to do some custom projects coming up, where I do some merger of the makerspace and creating things in concert with Arduino and other kind of embedded systems, and programming through Nerdgasm episodes and merging those all together into really, really cool projects. And actually, Zachariah and I have a project coming up that I don't have a timetable on, guys, but I want to create an ambient lighting source that basically expands the light beyond your screens, but uses a tone of light that matches what's currently being displayed on the screens. And we've already figured out how to do it, what we need, and that's going to be a really, really cool video series. So at this point, I think I've touched on just about everything, guys. I'm really, really trying to get the nerd cave squared away. The OCD in me is killing me because I'm not used to being in a room that is this destroyed. I mean, it's bad. Like, I'm just looking around, it's just piled. I don't even want to show you guys. It's so bad. So I have to get through here, and I need to get some stuff out of here too. There's too much stuff in here. I can't move around. I'm going to get this place cleared out so that I can be more efficient in creating videos. Because ultimately, that's going to help me be a lot more successful and help me bring a lot more content to you guys. Trust me, there is no shortage of ideas going on in this ADHD brain. I've already got dozens of projects planned out for the X-Carves and the 3D printer. I even have a project involving a 3D scanner. I have lots of Nerdgasms, lots of jerry-rigged, and the simulator. I am dying to get my simulator online. I know you guys think I'm never going to do it, but no, I've actually dug out all the boxes and everything. I just need to find the time, but I want to build out the simulator because it's going to look badass sitting in front of these 350-inch screens. And with all of the Fanatic gear and the e-brake and all that stuff, I mean, rally driving is going to be absolutely amazing, let alone iRacing. All right, guys, well, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. This has probably been an incredibly long vlog. I don't have a clock anywhere, so I have no idea how long this video is. If you're still watching, I thank you so much, guys, for all the support that you give me. Honestly, just watching my videos is supporting what I do. Everything that you guys do after that is just icing on the cake. It's just helping me out that little bit more and helping me to do what I need to do to bring you guys awesome content. Because to be honest, a lot of people, and I'm not going to say a lot, I'm going to say a few people have messaged me and trolled me and said that YouTube isn't a job, this isn't a career, you have enough money, stop asking for things. And it's like they don't understand that with a job, you have to have a retirement. You have to contribute to a retirement. You have to pay quarterlies to the government and taxes. You have to pay for medical insurance. Everything that normally gets taken care of for you when you're at a job, that's all stuff that when you're working for yourself or a sole proprietorship, you have to handle all that stuff yourself. And it's actually hugely stressful. And even with the amount of money that I make today, I still am not going into the black. I'm like slowly still bleeding into the red. When you factor everything out. And I'm trying, but I'm headed in the right direction. I see that every month things are getting a little better and a little better and a little better. I know I'm going to hit that tipping point where it's like I'm heading in a positive direction every month. And what that allows me to do is I can relax, I can take a breath, and I can get in the right frame of mind to go and work on a project, be super passionate about it, and deliver a video that you guys really, really love. Because honestly, if I'm depressed and all I'm doing is worrying about financial ruin, I'm just going to end up having to go look for a job again. I've actually turned down quite a few job offers already because if I go back to a day job, I don't think that YouTube's going to get the attention that I want it to. And honestly, I'm really enjoying doing this, guys, and I want to continue to do it, but I can only do it with your help. So guys, thanks again, and until next time, which hopefully will be really, really soon. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please take a moment and subscribe to my channel. It helps me a lot. Also come over to Twitter. I'm at Barnacules. I'm a real social guy. Also, if you have a couple of minutes, check out some of these many other videos. I made them myself.